Life cannot be stopped. The exams must happen. An important direction provided by the Supreme Court on medical and engineering entrance exams. Precautions do need to be taken. The court has made this clear. Does this order pave the way for the holding of final year degree exams and the open of all other educational institutes in the country? Here's what the top court said. The court said, life cannot be stopped. We have to move ahead with all safeguards. The career of students cannot be put in jeopardy for long. Are students ready to waste a year? Education should be opened up. COVID may continue for a year more. What are you going to wait another year for? Do you know what loss to country and peril to students is? Well, we've got both sides of the debate over here, including the main petitioner, a student from West Bengal, Sayantan Biswas, who was in favor of postponement. We are also joined by Anubha Srivastav, President of the India-Wide Parents Association, who was also in favor of the exams being postponed, the medical and engineering entrance exams. But we've also got the other side, very importantly. Jay Sharma is an IIT aspirant. He wants the exams to be held. They'll be held now in the month of September. The court has ruled. Also, Kapil Gupta, CEO of NeetPrep.com and Learner.in, again, somebody who says that life cannot be put on hold. We are also joined by Dr. Rakesh Verma, Additional Director General of Health at DGHS, the government of India. Let me come to you first, Jay Sharma. Do you believe that the conditions are conducive to holding exams? Yes, the Supreme Court has made an order. Yes, the exams will be held. But do you believe that given COVID, it will be safe to sit for exams? Jay, can you hear me? I asked you. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. The government's decision is absolutely a great relief to the students who have been preparing very hard for the exam. Yes, I'm sure that government will follow the proper SOPs and safety of students is ensured at every point. The government will also ensure proper disinfection of every computer, keypad and everything, and will make sure that health is not compromised.
So Jay, just a very practical question. The exams are how long? They're 3-hour exams, right? Each one?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So for 3 hours, would in an area which is not air conditioned, it's extremely hot and muggy, for example, in Delhi, as you know, wearing a mask on your face, possibly a face shield, some students will come with gloves as well. Would you be able to focus for that long in that heat to write an exam? You never trained for that.
Definitely the focus, we cannot focus well with all these equipments, but this is the only option we have. And as far as air conditioning is concerned, I don't think we can have air conditioning.
No, you can't. It's unsafe.
Droplets.
Yeah, so that's out of the question. So I'm just saying, in the exam of your life, where every mark counts, one of the most competitive exams on earth, wouldn't you be incredibly uncomfortable, besides anything else, actually taking that exam? It's a practical question.
So already there is a lot of uncertainty. We have been preparing for it for quite a long time. But as it prolongs, I think the performance will deteriorate rather than improve. And I think this is the best time to give the exams. And wearing all these equipments will protect us.
Okay.
And won't affect our performance.
Okay. Well, good luck with that. I mean, it requires a great deal of mental strength as well. Young students like you looking forward to their careers. Good luck to them with that. Sayantan Biswas, the main petitioner, student from West Bengal. The Supreme Court has ruled. The court believes that futures cannot be held, at ransom in a sense. These weren't the words of the court, to COVID. I think that was the general sentiment. Don't you believe that the order was essentially right in its belief, given the fact that what does one do? One doesn't know how long COVID is going to last. Jobs, careers, the cycle of life, somehow or the other needs to continue.
Yes, the essence is absolutely right. We actually don't know how long will this pandemic in India will last. But however, if we look at certain predictions, we are seeing some rays of hope. Like, for example, take the case of USA. In USA, the daily number of cases were reached almost 1 lakh and even exceeded it. Now it has become so low that India has been pushed to the top in the number of daily active cases, making India the global hotspot. So we can actually, in the hindsight, we can actually see in the future that a plateau will come. It happened for USA, it happened for Brazil, it happened for
Right, but
Spain,
what is your
Italy.
point about the situation now?
My point about the situation is now it is not at all conducive for these exams where so much gathering happens.
Okay,
To be
that's an
conducted now,
important point.
right?
I want to bring in a health perspective. Dr. Rakesh Verma, isn't there a real concern, a real worry that if students are together in exam centers, no matter how many exam centers and rooms you have, in a situation like this in many states, it's not exactly getting better, then we are potentially in a situation where a lot of people could fall sick.
See, we cannot be too much afraid beyond a stage. You must realize the country has to move on, the life has to continue, life has to keep on moving. The session for the medical as well as engineering is already over delayed. So far, weather is being considered, as you mentioned earlier in the talk and discussion today, you will realize as compared to May, we are much better comfortable in September. So far air conditioning is concerned, majority part of the countries do not require air conditioning
No,
at
so
that
forget
time.
about the air conditioning. I'm only asking about the spread of the virus. I was asking about whether students would find it difficult to take an exam with a mask and a face shield and gloves. I think everybody would. Nobody would want it. I'm only asking about the spread of the virus if students are in relatively close proximity to each other.
The boys and the girls who are appearing for medical or engineering entrance examinations are the cream of our society. They are intelligent, hardworking, and responsible citizen of this country. They know the importance of social distancing, medical distancing, protection for themselves, protection from others. So they are very well aware, and through the media, like your channel, has been propagating that you have to save yourself by prevention, and prevention. So I have got full faith and full trust in young bloods of this country that they will follow this social distancing norm, personal protection, using a mask while being in the examination hall, not coming up close to others who are strangers or even their friends during examination, before examination, during the recess and post-examination.
Okay.
Those norms, if they follow,
yes,
which I am very confident they will follow,
yes,
because they are the brightest student that we have. In the medical and engineering, we have the creamiest
then you
of
believe
choices
they would
of
be
students.
safe.
I'm very, very confident. I'm very positive, and I'll advise through your media that please follow these norms which the Health Ministry of Government of India has been advocating, and practice that. But if the adults have practiced, your youngers have practiced, why the cream of our country, who are the peak of their health, would not follow this?
Okay,
Remember,
so I'm sure they would, and I'm just asking, despite whatever precautions, but I want to go across to Anubha Srivastav, President of the India-wide Parents Association, also somebody who was against holding exams right now. I wanted to ask you about the legal precedent today's order potentially sets, because there's an important hearing tomorrow on the final year for degree students in universities, UGC courses. Does this in a sense set a precedent that if these exams can be held, then those exams could likely be held as well? In other words, you are opening up the exam system in the country.
See, as far as Honorable Supreme Court direction is concerned, they have given their opinion that country cannot just sit and wait for the corona thing to get over, and so we must move on. That was the message from the Honorable Supreme Court. But at the same time, they have also said that the government and other institutions, those who are conducting exams, should also take care of the social distancing norms. And when the SG, who was representing the government, they said we ensure that we will take care of everything. We ensure that we will follow all the social distancing norms inside the centers. But at the same time, we are also quite concerned about the situation outside centers. Also, the transport, whether transport will be available for all the students or not. Many students belong to lower middle class and even EWS category who appear for these exams. So there is no transport facility for these students. How they will travel? Right now, there is flood-like situation in Northeast Bihar and many other states. How these students are going to appear for exam? Generally, the exam is conducted during May and April. I don't know why the government at that point of time, when the COVID cases were also at a very lower, that there were not many cases during that time.
Sure.
Why they postponed the exams during that time?
Okay.
Now, when the situation is so alarming and the COVID has been declared as community spread and it's a airborne disease also, how they can conduct exam? When
So,
IIT
right. So, you're
directors
asking serious
themselves are
questions
saying
of the
that
government.
we
I
will be in a
understand that.
position to.
Sure. One sec. Kapil Gupta, you know, if and the other thing is, if there is an order which actually says that final year degree exams can be held as well, there is also the larger question of a lot of students who left their campuses and went back home, right?
Yes.
Number one. Number two, there were online classes, but as we know, there is a massive digital divide in this country. Those who don't have a fast connection, a smartphone, laptop, computer, whatever it is, they were not educated during this period. It is humanly impossible. So therefore, is there a real worry that by holding exams, and I'm talking about the final year degree courses, we will have an entire group of students of any large number who would be essentially unprepared, and if they are unprepared, it directly impacts their futures?
So Vishnu, thank you very much for this opportunity. Now, the thing to understand is that at neetprep.com, we teach close to 1 lakh students every week. And we have students out of 500 districts in the country. So digital divide largely does not exist in India that much. That is our personal experience. I talk to more than 50 students preparing for NEET every day, and their concern is genuine. But what I do want to say is that the reality today is that exam is going to happen on 13th September. So I don't think that is worth discussing anymore. Supreme Court is saying, let NTA do it. They are confident they can do it. I personally believe when I talk to students, they did not want postponement because they wanted more time to prepare for the exam. These are high stakes exams. These are going to decide what you're going to do for next 40 years. Are you going to be a doctor or are you going to be a pharmacist? But their concern is genuine, students and parents. What about the health risk? And I do believe once it is clear now that the exam, for example, NEET is going to happen on 13th September, if NTA can come out with complete transparency, these are going to be the standard operating procedures. This is how we are going to avoid frisking too much to maintain social distancing. This is how we are going to provide waiting areas. This is how entry is going to happen. Mask or shield, whatever it is, people do understand it is a tough situation for the government, for the students, for the parents, but things are moving on. So if this transparency can come up, if Dr. Vineet Joshi, if Mr. Pokhriyal can come over every 2-day briefing, this is what we are doing with respect to ensuring transport for the student. There was a student in my live session today who said, sir, I'm 270 kilometers away from my center. How am I going to reach there? There is no proper transport.
That's a
These
huge
questions
issue.
Transparently need to be addressed by NTA, and I think there would be a lot of comfort. People need transparency around how they are going to do this. It seems like a humongous logistical task, and more communication, more transparency would be extremely helpful here, be it NEET or JEE or be it higher degree exams that are going to come up.
Dr.
There is
Verma,
a logistical angle. And
yeah,
that
I
needs to
take
be
the point
addressed.
about logistics. Dr. Verma, what about the possibility of students falling unwell with COVID? Most cases are asymptomatic, but then if you test positive, then you know you're stuck for 2 weeks. What happens to those children? Would we potentially, or young adults, young students looking to get in, would there possibly be a situation when alternate exams or say exams for those who fall unwell would need to be very carefully spaced out so that people have a chance at recovering?
See, that question has to be addressed by NTA, not by the Ministry of Health or by the Directorate of Health Services or a health professional. But I assure you, I reassure all the parents, all the students that this country has given a lead to the whole world by showing that our chances of COVID incidence is the lowest, our recovery rate is the highest, and our mortality rate is the least in the world. So why these youngsters who have got young muscles, young brain, young body will be falling prey to this COVID-19 if they follow the precautions of social distancing, using a mask,
Dr. Verma, most
using a
respectfully,
handkerchief.
sir, we track this very closely as much as you do, sir. The overall numbers in India are still staggering. You know, what is it now? The number of lives we've lost, has it crossed 50,000?
So Vishu, I think with respect to
I mean, yes, I
trust,
know the R rate
No,
is
no, see,
going
understand
down,
the
it's going
point.
below 1. Young people in this
It is
country,
one
all
of
of
the
that I
most
accept.
remarkable-
But sir,
one of
let's
the
face
most
it, the
remarkable
numbers
results.
are catastrophic in this country at 50,000. It is getting
Absolutely, I
better
understand.
by all means. But let's not play it down that much, sir. My
No,
humble
we are not
request.
playing down. We are just saying that there could be two possibilities. The boys who are already having COVID and enter the examination hall, or secondly, person who got delayed because of COVID, pre-existing COVID. So that situation has to be addressed by NTA, but I don't think there could be a review examination in the same year. Possibly they have to appear in the next examination in the coming year.
That's an
which
important
would
point.
possibly about.
Anubhav,
but
would
that's
you
a
like to
decision-
come in on that? What happens to
that
those
decision has
students
to
who
be
are
NTA.
unwell? There are any number of people who are unwell. They may not be very seriously unwell, but if they've tested positive, then they can't take the exam. What happens to them?
See, there are many students who are raising voice and they are pleading to government that in case if anything happens to them during the exam, suppose they are going to appear for JEE main, if anything happens to them during exam due to this corona spread, which is a community spread, then whether they will be in a position to appear for the exam that is JEE mains, because NTA has given them an undertaking which they have to sign and declare that in case they are not in, if they are having any kind of symptoms, then the NTA has all the right to not allow them to enter.
Okay, we've lost your line over there. Just one last word to Kapil. Just moving away from the exams itself, do you see this as the beginning of a process where even schools will start opening up, colleges will start opening up? We are told that courts are going to open up. So despite where we are in COVID, irrespective of whether there is a second spike, no second spike, vaccine, no vaccine, we are now headed towards all is well, go back to college and university, take your exam, go back to school. We will somehow manage. Is that the sense that you're getting? We are headed in that direction.
I am not.
You're not.
I don't think schools are ready to open. I've talked to my friends in Israel where they have opened up schools. Every second day there are COVID cases and they are shutting down, doing massive amount of testing. With a very small country, we don't have the kind of infrastructure which in Israel is able to afford. So I don't think it means schools. It just means that these are some of the exams which government feel cannot be postponed. These students, these doctors, 70,000 doctors which come out of the colleges every year, these are critical with respect to every year intake that has to happen in the health infrastructure.
Yes,
and
I
government
agree.
does not believe that this can be postponed any further. But I don't think the same logic applies to schools. Schools will be very, very sensitive matter, and I don't think schools are opening anytime soon.
Yeah. And just the question of maintaining social distances among little children, it becomes almost impossible for teachers to sometimes ensure.
I'm also going to tell you that economically schools are viable, unviable if they have to attend the classes with 30%
Correct.
attendance. You
Correct.
require 3-time teachers and 3-time classroom.
Correct.
It's not feasible at all.
All right, I'd like to thank all of you for joining us. There is direction from the Supreme Court. Medical and engineering entrance exams will take place now. Let's hope these students are safe. And I think, as Anubhav was mentioning, the focus really needs to be now on the government and what they intend to do in terms of ensuring that these students can have safe exams. And as Kapil was maintaining, infrastructure, transportation, getting students from where they live to where they need to be to take their exams is going to be one of the biggest factors in determining the futures of any number of students in our lives in India.